Hi fans of high quality entertainment. I think I've talked about this subject before at some point, but I just wanted to talk about it again because there's a question for my viewers, and that is when you buy an album, say when they remaster an album or remix it, deluxe version or whatever. And of course, usually there are bonus tracks on the CD or on a separate CD. Are you always interested, do you always listen to the bonus tracks, or are you more, or do you concentrate more on just the original album? You might, check out, like I do, maybe check out some of the bonus tracks, but you're not as interested in bonus tracks as the original album. That's the way I usually feel, depending on the artist. But I would say 80% of the time or more, it's the original album that I focus on. And one thing I just wanted to mention is, as some of you know, Glenn Kellaway from The Basement and I, we used to do album exchanges, and we've started it up again with just 3 albums given to each other. And I gave him 3 Beach Boys albums. They were, trying to remember them. Yeah, Surf's Up, Sunflower, and Brian Wilson's solo album, I Just Wasn't Made for These Times. And he gave me a Grateful Dead live album, a Billy Strings studio album called Home, and Eric Burdon and the Animals' Winds of Change. And I already kind of know how I'm going to rate these, and so I think Glenn has only listened to the Brian Wilson solo album. That's what he said a couple days ago. So we're planning, it's going to probably take another week or so, and so I hope you stay tuned for that. That was a long ramble. I apologize. Okay, so yesterday I received in the mail 2 more Beach Boys albums that, once again, they include bonus material. I got the Beach Boys' Sunshine Tomorrow, which includes a remastered or remixed Wild Honey. And then after that, there's Wild Honey Sessions, Wild Honey Live 1967-1970, and then Smiley Smile Sessions. I think that's I haven't actually heard that yet. I do have Smiley Smile, so I believe that's the remixed or remastered Smiley Smile. 9 songs, 10 songs. And then Live in Hawaii 1967, and Thanksgiving Tour 1967, Live in Washington, D.C. and Boston. I haven't played those. Right now, I just got this yesterday. I played Wild Honey for the very first time. I'd never heard the album before, and I enjoyed it. I really did. So I love the Beach Boys, in the mid-60s, late 60s, early 70s. But, at some point I will check out, some of this, the live stuff and all that. But for the most part, I'm just going to play the original Wild Honey album many, many times. And the other album I received with no bonus material is Brian Wilson Presents Smile. And I played this last night. I didn't enjoy it as much as Wild Honey, but just for a first listen, I did really like it. Just needs to be played more, and I think I will love it as much as everything else I've loved by the Beach Boys. Just a quick DVD that I just got recently for you Monty Python fans. I haven't watched this yet. Monty Python, Almost the Truth, The Lawyer's Cut. And I got this used, so that should be a fun watch. Okay, so like I was saying about bonus material, I have a lot of the deluxe versions of Procol Harum. Still need to get more of them, but here's Grand Hotel, which comes with a bonus CD and a DVD. And it's a live concert DVD. I haven't watched it. I will at some point. But like I said, when I buy something like this, I focus on the original album. So, yeah. So on disc 1, there are bonus tracks. Grand Hotel without orchestra or choir. Bringing Home the Bacon, Dave Ball era recording, and 3 other songs. I've never listened to them. I will, at least once. And disc 2 is the DVD, which I have not watched yet. So there you go. And then another band. You know, there's quite a few albums in my CD collection where there's it's remastered, or there's a special edition with bonus tracks. This is Uriah Heep's debut. And guess what? It's got lots of bonus tracks. So the original LP remastered, I've played that. I love it. But I've never checked out side 2, an alternate, very heavy, very humble. So the album, I guess, remixed or something. I haven't listened to it yet. Yeah, an alternate version of the LP comprised of 12 previously unreleased versions of Heep tracks. So, you know, it sounds interesting. I really love their cover version of Come Away Belinda, and haven't heard the alternate version of it. But, as always, my main focus is the original album. Sparks, lots of bonus stuff on their special editions that have been coming out, like gratuitous sax and senseless violins. The original album remastered, sounds great. Played that many times. And I played the unreleased tracks and demos maybe once or twice, and they're really good. I know that Morris Gautreaux is a fan of some of the unreleased tracks. But as always, my main, you know, when I grab this album, I'm thinking of the original album, and then, oh yeah, it's got bonus tracks. But because it Sparks, I will be playing these more. It's just, even though I'm not working, you know, I work at home on YouTube and Patreon, of course, but it's like, it's always a time factor. So for instance, the Kinks. If I want to listen to Arthur, I want to listen to the original album because it's my favorite Kinks album. But this also includes, yeah, the mono album is on disc 1. I have no interest in the mono, even to listen to it once. I prefer stereo because I listen with headphones. But both of these have extra tracks: Plastic Man, This Man He Weeps Tonight, Creeping Jane, Lincoln County, Hold My Hand, Mr. Reporter, Mindless Child of Motherhood. I don't think I played these even once. And I'm sure they're, you know, interesting and good songs, but just have to get the time to play the original album and just keep playing it, I guess. Big fan of The Residents. And these are the remastered albums. Disc 1, the mono mix, once again, I'm not interested in. So disc 2 is the one I play, 1977 stereo mix. But then it's got outtakes and on both the mono and the stereo. And I have honestly never played them even once. Shame on me. It's almost like, well, they weren't released at the time, you know, on these studio albums. And there's got to be a reason for it. And maybe sometimes it's because the songs just aren't as good as the ones on the album. Not always. I mean, there's always some great bonus tracks, of course. especially with the Beach Boys. The Beach Boys is one that I haven't, like all of these bonus tracks on like Feel Flows, the Sunflower and Surf's Up sessions. I have played both of the albums, Sunflower and Surf's Up, many, many times. But the bonus tracks on both, I might have played them once, or some of them once. Yeah, like there's Disney Girls Live 1982. I don't even know if I have an interest in hearing that, but I have to, you know, because I really do love the Beach Boys. And I think, and I have read too, that a lot of their bonus tracks should have been on, you know, the studio albums that were released at the time. So yeah. And same with this, Sail on Sailor, lots of bonus tracks that I have not listened to yet. I've only listened to Carl and the Passions and Holland. But Holland's got bonus tracks, and Carl and the Passions has bonus tracks and live bonus tracks, which I have not listened to. And Smiley Smile, like I said, there's the mono. So when I put this on, I skip the mono and I play the stereo. So yeah, an album like The Beach Boys' Love You, which I love, it doesn't have any bonus material. And I'm, you know, I kind of like it that way. I just love the original album, and also the way it was packaged and everything. It should be hopefully the same on CD. Show some respect to the original album. And they do a pretty good job on this. This is a Japanese version, which sounds superb. But like I said, if there were bonus tracks, it's the Beach Boys. At some point I would definitely be listening to them. So the only, and even sometimes, even with the Beatles, I will always listen to the demos or the whatever, the bonus tracks, live tracks, at least once. You know, like Sgt. Pepper, like, you know, different takes and everything. It's interesting to listen to once or twice, but then from then on, when I do go to my Sgt. Pepper box set, I just play the remixed album. The one exception, the one really big exception for me, is the Beatles' White Album. I have played, you know, the demos and the bonus tracks many times because I think it's as good as the Beatles' White Album. You know, the Beatles almost, you know, playing live in the studio, and you can tell sometimes they're having fun. And there's great versions of like Hey Jude and Helter Skelter and acoustic While My Guitar Gently Weeps. So yeah, the Beatles' White Album is probably my favorite album for bonus tracks, is what I'm trying to say. So that is it. I would love your thoughts in the comment section below on, like, what do you think of bonus tracks on albums? And the other thing is, one thing I wish they would always do is keep the original album separate from, you know, the bonus material, like they did with the Beatles' White Album. Disc 1 and Disc 2 were the original White Album. And then the 4 other discs were a Blu-ray and 3 CDs of bonus material. That's the way it should be. So, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Please remember to thumbs up the video. Bye.